Or I need to change Charlie Cam already because she decided to move to my lap. I'm the host of Collective Mind. It is mostly me. And I have to fix my audio settings back. But I'm gonna do some.
Paimon coming in. Paimon coming
I'm
in.
gonna actually leave
Is
that
this level
volume
okay?
a little lower
Can
than
you
I
hear
thought it would. I can always mess with it if I need to. Hey Cosmo. Yeah, it has been a little bit since I've seen you in chat. Alright, so let's gonna look at this first. Are these two different catalysts? Kinda looks like it. I just got a 5-star in my last stream, so I'm very unlikely to get another one on this banner. But I think I would be going for Nahida of these options because I have a 5-star animal already, but I will probably do the trials for them. Around here. Yeah. How are you doing, Cosmo? Also, how is my sound with the air conditioning on in the background and stuff? Amnesia can depend on a lot of things. What would completely really 100% mean to you? Like, what exactly would that look like? Oh, have my finger on the wrong button. Looks like she does like a jump thing though, that's kinda cool. Okay, definitely a catalyst user.
No, my sword.
Oh, interesting.
Let's light it up.
Seems. Oh, hold that. That's something else. Interesting.
Make way for the Adeptus.
But yeah, especially since I have Wanderer and he is already the animal catalyst user in 5-star.
Mighty mythical beast!
Seize the skies.
I think that holding the normal attack works differently if she's just using skill. That's not just flying thing.
Make way for the Adeptus.
I'm glad the sound is
Up to
good.
it, Monzai!
Going in. Ring cutter.
I don't know about every way that amnesia can occur, like for any reason. But in terms of like, dissociative amnesia, like in DID, I think that oh, I can go straight to other trials? That's nice. That's a nice little quality of life thing they changed. In terms of like dissociative amnesia, I think that there can be complete amnesia about like specific things or in specific categories. So like the game is too loud compared to my mic. Okay. Try that and let me know how it is. That's weird though, because I've had the settings the same for Genshin for a while. And the only thing I changed was turning stuff down in Genshin, not up. But if you mean complete amnesia in the case of like dissociative amnesia, in the sense of remembering literally nothing, like you brought up knowledge from school, motor skills, muscle memory type stuff. For us, a lot of those things like bypass our amnesia barriers for the most part. We share like muscle memory type stuff. We share, I think it's called procedural memory, like remembering how to do things. So if I learn how to do something, Josh also knows how to do it, even if he wasn't around when I learned it. Sometimes little specific details of those types of things will be harder, but also there have been cases where alters who are not frequent fronters at all, who are normally really deep inside, or have been dormant for a long time or something like that, where they do have amnesia about some of those things. Like I think we've had at least one alter front who didn't know how to use Discord, would be an example, where that usually isn't a problem. That type of thing. Does that answer your question? I also don't know how different that might be for different systems. I know amnesia stuff can definitely be pretty different.
Let the show begin. Nice and spicy. You're toast. Come a little closer. Let's spark things up a little. Temple of Wisdom.
She does do really good damage.
This may hurt a little. Sharing my knowledge. I'm seeing stars.
Whatever
Try not to enjoy this too much.
seemed complicated about her to me before, I could probably just completely ignore it and be fine if I happened to get that lucky and get her right after getting another 5-star. Okay, that's the wrong button. Oh, we definitely have amnesia between different alters for the most part for remembering people. I remember very, very few people from my childhood. Like a couple teachers. I remember like a couple specific things about them. I'm not even sure I could tell you their names though. And some of those things are because I remember like the stories about that. Or I remember being around the front when a different alter fronted and told that story to someone because they remember it.
Is there time for a quick snack? I'll whip one up in no time.
I don't remember basically any of our childhood friends. And I don't just mean early childhood, I mean like up to being a teenager. Because I wasn't post until 13. Yeah. Or there will be stuff too of like, we've had alters be confused if they haven't fronted for a really long time for one reason or another, even if they know who someone is. If that person looks a lot older, they'll be really confused, that type of thing. So then the other thing I was going to look at is what events there are. That's a story thing. I think that's... This is a specific boss. Maybe that's just like a new boss that just got added. I don't know if that's an event. And that's specific to the Abyss. So maybe there isn't a specific event thing yet. Because obviously I did the relevant test runs. This looks like a story quest specific to her. This looks like just a new area. This looks like just a new boss. Like if I click go, it's just in that area that I haven't unlocked. Okay. Yeah. So maybe there will be an event thing soon, but there isn't one yet. That would be my next guess. Let's see though how close I am now to being able to buy more. These. I think I needed 4. Let me check. Yeah, so I'm 1 short. Yeah, so I know how our system handled that in terms of it looking suspicious if we should have remembered someone and we didn't. There were 2 big categories. One is that we constantly told people, especially when we first met them, that we're really bad with names and faces, and we tend to have trouble remembering people for a while. And the second big thing is, well, I guess 3 technically. Being in that situation with a person we didn't recognize would often pull the alter to the front who knew who that person was. So we would very often in that kind of a situation switch and then be like, oh yeah. And that could be really subtle. The third big thing is that mainly Michael at the time, but also our gatekeeper at the time, would have been around a lot of the time and could have helped to make sure that the right alters were around who knew what they needed to know for whatever we were doing, not just to recognize the people who were around, but whatever other stuff. Like even like taking tests and stuff, like who studied the material the night before for the test, like who fits the situation that we're in. So some of that happened kind of automatically based on like whose job it was. So Anna was our host in childhood and like the main social alter, and so it would be a pretty safe bet that she would know who anyone was if someone else didn't. That either she or Michael would probably know, at the very least. Natalie did a lot of the school stuff that wasn't social, so most of that kind of defaulted to her. There were things like that where it kind of worked out just based on like the situation was that specific altar's job anyway. So they would know who people were, what they were doing, all that stuff. And there's a lot of pretty easy excuses for little lapses of things like that that most people won't bat an eye at. Because, like, someone we know really well wouldn't have any reason to expect that we don't know who they are if we don't say anything, and we wouldn't have said anything. So if we just, like, hesitate for a second, and then suddenly are like, sorry, I was off in my own world or whatever, daydreaming. Or sorry, I'm tired today. Hi, how are you? You know? If it just takes us a second to, like, act the way they would expect us to in that moment, where we can just act like we're not in a very good mood and that's why we didn't, or whatever. Either one of those reasons or both. If I don't say, or I guess there's a third possibility. If I don't say the names of altars I'm referring to, it's because I don't know their name, or I don't know if they're comfortable sharing their name, or I know that they're not comfortable sharing their name. Or in some cases, especially if I'm referring to the past, if it wouldn't like help you to understand it all and I was just giving a random name, it would make more sense to give their role if that name wouldn't mean anything to you. So if we haven't talked about that name at all, or if it might be confusing even, like if we had a completely different altar who used to be named Jade or something, who wasn't in any way related to the Jade that is on the channel and stuff now, and I just said Jade and didn't say anything else, that would be confusing and not helpful. So yeah, if you're talking about when I said the gatekeeper that we had in childhood, I don't know what their name was, even though I am one of many altars who split from them. So it's usually not going to be because I specifically don't want to share it, but because that altar doesn't want to. Like, if it's about somebody not wanting to, that altar isn't comfortable with that, or I don't know if they are, and I'm not going to share any specific information about them without their consent. So I default to not sharing information. Hey, Mia. Yeah, sometimes there'll be things where I specify, like if I say Jade, but like an old version of Jade, not the same version now, but it's still connected because Jade has like fused and split some since then, but it is like the same lineage or whatever. I'll say that kind of thing sometimes, but there are situations where it would be unnecessarily confusing and I'd have to go into like a huge irrelevant explanation and backstory just to make one specific point that has nothing to do with that. So in those cases it could be a lot easier to just be like, a gatekeeper. uh don't know if you were here yet when I was looking at this a few minutes ago, Mia, but I can't tell if any of these are specific event things that I should be doing right now. Like, obviously I did the test runs. This looks like it's specific to the Abyss. These two things look like a new area and a new boss, but not like there's an event attached to it, just that it's like a new thing to explore with the update, and this looks like a story quest thing. But I want to make sure I'm not missing something, and maybe there's something that just hasn't started yet, because this is a brand new update. Oh yeah, we definitely haven't told every story of everything that has ever happened in our system. Yeah, we had a persecutor, gatekeeper, and we don't now. But we haven't gone into any detail about that. I don't know if we ever will, but we haven't yet. And generally speaking, we are very, very unlikely to decide to share things for the first time during a live stream, because that puts more pressure on it and gives us less time to make sure that anybody involved would actually be okay with it, you know? Okay, event stuff coming. Cool. I thought that seemed like it was probably more like that, so in that case, I would do more of that quest stuff that I was doing. So I think I was doing the prerequisites for this one. And I think I was doing this. Is this the quest I was doing, Mia? This thing about gifts. This is the other thing I have to do, I think. No, I think it's this. Because I know I was preparing stuff, but I don't think I remembered that it was gifts for somebody. Because I know it was like an outfit. Or maybe two outfits. But maybe there was something else that was a gift. I don't know. Or maybe the outfit was a gift and I'm just making that up. You can't see Charlie Gray with my arm there, but if I move it over here, does that help? A little. Okay. But yeah, the short answer, Cosma, is you are correct that we did not say what happened to that altar. I'm on all the right characters. Cool. Where am I going? Somewhere this way. Zips down. That's weird. Where is there a down from here? Maybe I go up and fly off? It's gonna be an ad in a minute, so I'll try not to start any actual dialogue until that's done. But it might work out pretty good with timing because I haven't actually found where I'm going yet. What the heck? Yeah, it just started, so I will wait to answer that question. This way somewhere? There's no way running around on the rooftops is what they want me to do to find this, but it's fine. Is it seriously like right under me? Oh, it's way under me still. It's down here. Okay. It's more that way? It's a cave under where I am. Okay, so who knows where. So it's probably down here. So I'm looking for a cave entrance. Could be this way. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. So stay far enough away from it while the ad finishes. Alright. Now that the ad's over, Cosmo, that question is going to depend a lot on like more specific information about the situation. Like the broadest thing that I could say generally is that a lot of the like processing and stuff, like the trauma work type stuff that that would often be done in therapy and things like that, a lot of that can kind of require being safe first, like being out of the situation. Things that make that situation itself safer obviously would be good, but figuring out exactly what those things are and what's doable and everything can be complicated and will depend a lot on the specifics. I am also obviously not any kind of expert on that, so
Relax.
I wouldn't want to give like ignorant advice, really. And I'm not like, I don't know that I would say that I'm a good resource for that necessarily. Because I don't even know that I could confidently tell you what would have helped us. So, like in terms of any kinds of specifics, like generally making the unsafe stuff stop. But the specifics of how to go about that can get complicated sometimes. Anyway, let's see what we're doing with this.
So, a transcendent being lives here? Ugh. If someone lives here, then why is it so chilly? I'm asking myself the same question. How strange. I'm quite sure that this is the location my mother wrote about, but surely...
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be any kind of specialist on any of those things, Cosmo.
I'm starting to have second thoughts. But since we're here, I still think we should go inside and explore in full.
Guess we might as well.
Yeah, makes sense. Who knows? Maybe there's a surprise waiting in there for us. So, what does the notebook say exactly? Let me think. A crane brings one fresh flower in its beak to decorate my hair, while a white rabbit sews a hemline from 4 rays of moonlight. Dressed appropriately, I face eastward and call out Tsubaki's name 7 times. In the blink of an
147
eye,
East.
I'm standing on the path that leads to her house. Sounds like a fairy tale. So your mom would do a little ritual, and just like that, Tsubaki would come to meet her? I have a feeling that it could be some sort of code.
147
Let's get
East.
a little closer before coming to any conclusions.
Mhm.
Good idea.
So to right in here. Yeah, that seems right.
Quit following me.
This is a big open cave. Search for specific places. That sounds like I should be scanning this.
There are
But-
some bushes on the rocks in here. Could that be anything?
Well, there's no answer, so I don't know. Otherwise, I'll just run around and keep scanning, I guess. I've been too far this way. It's not in the area. Just wanted to grab both of those ones here. Oh, there's a thing. Oh, the thing's in the area. Even better. I bet I can hover right up to you.
The wind rises.
Nice. There's a bunch of those things. Hmm. Mom said something about bushes on rocks. Is it the glowy blue ones over there? Maybe that meant I was supposed to go investigate it. Oh. One, 4, 7. I knew I was gonna need to remember that.
Strange. There's nothing in here. Let's keep looking around.
And it was something about east. Which appears to be that way. But maybe I go more into the middle and then look east. Oh, there's more of those bushes up here. I think. It seems to have had more to do with the wall than the bushes, but it's the only thing I noticed so far, so better than nothing. The second I saw that the numbers were highlighted, I was like, I definitely am gonna do it. Need to do it again. One, 4, 7. I think it's the middle one every time.
Huh. There's nobody here. Just this box.
Yeah, but this is
What's
the east-facing one too.
Did it open? Did it open? Did our Inazuma Adeptus leave any treasure here?
What's this?
Huh. Looks like a book.
It seems to be another notebook. Could it be Tsubaki's notebook? Let's step back outside now. The atmosphere here is different than I'd imagined. Somehow, it makes me a little reluctant to open the notebook.
Interesting. Is
Paimon
it
knows
some
what
kind
you
of trap?
mean. Reading in low light is really bad for your eyes. Come on, let's get back outside.
I'm sure that's exactly what you meant, Paimon.
Too slow.
Hmm. Well, I'm not just climbing that if I don't have to.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem.
Was I wrong? Is it not up here? Sure looked like it was up here. Well, that's rude. This isn't even the right way, is it? Yeah, I guess it wasn't telling me up, was it? When I was still down here. It just looked visually like it was up there. It's literally right there. Okay, well.
Here will do just fine.
Alright, let's see what the notebook says. Ooh, Paimon bets it's all about mysterious treasure! Ah, so exciting! What is it? Why are you whispering all of a sudden? You're making Paimon nervous.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, you want to let Ayaka read the notebook without
Oh,
distraction.
okay.
Seems whatever's written in there must be pretty major after all. But, based on her expression, probably not a treasure map. What could it be?
Traveler, Paimon, sorry to keep you waiting so long.
No worries, it wasn't long at all. You're a very fast reader.
Wait, you read the whole
I
thing?
have.
What the heck?
I
It's
think I have to
convenient.
share the truth of this notebook with you both, even though the contents are completely different than what I was expecting.
Okay.
Different how? You mean it wasn't a Fox Envoy who wrote this?
Not a Fox Envoy, no. It turns out that Tsubaki's real identity is my mother herself.
Oh,
Huh?
Surprised? Me too. But that's what it says at the very beginning of the notebook. Tsubaki and I are the same person, and yet we are different. When I become Tsubaki, I stop being Kamisato Kayo and become the most ordinary woman in the world. What
Oh, okay.
follows in these pages is the ordinary, everyday life of a regular person. Nothing more, nothing less. This notebook is, for the most part, a collection of my mother's musings, both private and trivial. All of the things we thought were about Tsubaki were in fact about my mother herself.
So, that means that the kimono design and the international dishes...
Are things that my mother wished to try, yes. I'm sure this all sounds utterly bizarre to you, but to me at least, my mother's behavior is completely understandable.
Yeah,
Or
I
to
can
put it
see it.
another way, I actually have another side to myself as well. I
Well,
was at
yeah.
a loss for words when I started reading the contents of the notebook. It almost felt like someone had looked inside my mind, examined my thoughts, and then written them all down on paper.
Ayaka.
From the moment my mother married my father, she became the mother of the Kamisato household. And with that came all sorts of duties. At the same time, the prestige of the Yashiro Commission brought its own share of responsibility. On top of that, every action she ever took was seen as representing the Kamisato clan. People were always watching her. Under such circumstances, she never had much time to do the things she really wanted
It's
to
kind
do.
of a weird close-up.
After my parents passed away, Ayato and I took over responsibility for the affairs of the clan. We ran into all sorts of difficulties during that time. I'm not sure if people outside the clan could ever imagine what it was like. Every time I found myself up against a difficult issue, I'd ask myself, did my mother go through this too? What would she have done in this situation? Maybe it's because it had been so long since I last saw her, but somehow, all that was left of her in my mind was the sight of her that inspired awe and commanded respect. But my image of her was incorrect. When I read this notebook, I realized she was just like me. Underneath whatever position she may have held, she was just an ordinary person. She liked pretty kimonos. She wanted to try food from different places. She yearned to see sights she'd never seen before. Maybe this all sounds immature to you, but I feel just the same way. I want to live life not as Kamisato Ayaka, but as an ordinary woman. Mother wrote that she'd always wanted to go to a local Inazuman festival. She said that sometimes, on a clear night, if you looked out from our house, you could see lights off in the distance. I've seen those lights too. It looks so lively with so many people. And it's so brightly lit, it makes the whole sky glow. Of course, sometimes it does make me a bit anxious from a public order perspective. But for someone of my position to just show up at a festival with no warning, it could be considered improper etiquette. Especially in my parents' generation, when the Yashiro Commission didn't have a particularly close relationship with the populace. Even if no one stopped us, the idea of the Yashiro Commission going out into the crowd, it'd certainly draw some strange looks. People would probably start thinking there was trouble afoot. Mother said that she didn't want to put people on edge. She wanted everyone to enjoy the fun and freedom of the festival. She didn't want to disturb them, and didn't have much free time anyway, so she never went. Not even once.
Aw, so the kimono design... That must have been the outfit she planned on wearing if she ever did go to a festival, right?
That's right. And sometimes, festivals sell international food. She wanted to try that too. I hope this isn't a disrespectful thing to say, but I never knew my mother was so in touch with her inner child.
Well, that's not disrespectful at all. Paimon thinks your mom was the best of both. A big softie on the inside and a big sense of responsibility on the outside.
Without knowing it, I've ended up fulfilling several of my mother's wishes already. But going to a festival is the one thing that I cannot do for her. Perhaps this is one thing that can simply never be.
16. Kind of.
I understand. Thank you. I think I realize something now. Mother and I are so similar in so many ways. The things she faced are things that I too will go on to face. She chose to place her unfulfilled wishes onto the identity of Tsubaki. As for me, I've already decided.
Oh, so you decided on an alter ego too?
No, I don't plan to do anything like that. I think I will set myself a new goal. To live each day without regrets. So, Traveler, Deep breaths, Ayaka. Deep breaths. Would you be at all interested in checking out an Inazuman festival?
Paimon's been dying to go ever since we saw that poster! Paimon would love to go with you, Ayaka!
So that's the part I assume you were saying, meaning it's still part of the same quest.
Hey, come on, don't make fun. It's just because I used to have the same concerns my mother did. But now, I don't think I need to worry about it so much. I'm going to be true to myself and fulfill the wish that my mother and I shared. I know that you of all people can understand me going my own way on this. So, let's do this, you and me. Let's go to a festival together.
Alright.
Paimon wants to come! Festivals here have loads of tasty snacks too, right? Oh, and fun and games!
Great. Thanks, you guys. If we head over now, we should still make it in time.
Oh, good point! Today is the last day, right? What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Oh, it's like the part 2 to the quest. I can't teleport to that, can I? No. Alright. Oh, it's... okay. It's multiple chapters of the same one. But I'm further in it than part 2, so that's good. So it's like the thing where it's like an act with chapters. And the separate chapters are treated like separate quests, but they're linear and the whole act needs to be done as a prerequisite.
We're here! But it doesn't seem as lively as Paimon imagined. What's going on?
Since it's the final day, many of the visitors must have already returned home. I've heard that the peddlers often close up shop earlier on the last day because there are fewer people around.
That might actually be perfect. Not draw too much attention.
I'll go and ask. Whatever happens, I at least need to go inside just this once.
That's the way to go! We'll be right there with you!
Wow, that's a slow walking pace.
It hasn't closed yet. It's just that there aren't many people left. Let's hurry and see as much as we can.
Hey,
Alright.
look at that stall! They have so many masks! Paimon's heard that everyone's supposed to wear a mask at these kinds of festivals. Is that rule still around nowadays, or...?
That used to be the custom, yes. And today, it's still a popular way to dress up during festivals. But it's not a hard and fast rule.
Would it help to disguise you?
Is that who I
Well,
think it
never
is?
mind.
Miss Kamisato, right?
Oh, greetings.
People seem to recognize Ayaka wherever we go. Guess that's just what it's like when you're a famous Inazuman.
But of course! The Kamisato clan leads the Yashiro Commission. It's one of the most well-known clans in Inazuma. Not least because back when Master and Miss Kamisato had just taken over the family's affairs, they used to make public appearances all the time. Some of the younger generations have never even seen Miss Kamisato in person before. Being the age I am, I'm lucky enough to have seen her on many occasions over the years.
You're too kind. My brother and I simply go where we must to fulfill our duties.
But this is the first time I've seen anyone from your family at a festival. There must be some official business, I take it.
That's what she was worried about. The official business is showing us the
There
festival.
isn't actually.
Okay.
Today, I'm taking my traveler friend here around to see the sights.
Oh, a traveler? Huh. Now that you mention it, you do look like you've come a long way to get here. First time in Inazuma? Hope you enjoy yourself, young one. Ah, excuse me 1 second. Hey everyone, listen up! Don't close up
Oh,
yet!
no.
Miss Kamisato has come to join the festival!
Well, I guess if it makes them not close.
No, it's not like that. Please, there's no need to make a fuss. We're just here to...
Yeah, thanks a lot, mister. If you hadn't let them know, they'd start closing down about now, right? At least it sure looks like that time of day.
Yep, you got it. But on account of this being the first time Miss Kamisato has ever come to the festival, it seems only fair to keep things open a little longer. Oh, here's a couple of masks for you. On the house.
No. You've been far too accommodating to us already. We couldn't possibly...
Don't give me all that. Here you go. Here you go. It's not often that we regular folks get some attention from the Yashiro Commission, so I've got to mark the occasion somehow. Besides, it'll make me look bad if you refuse.
Okay.
Okay, I think I understand.
It's my pleasure. You have yourself a good time.
As long as you don't think she owes you
Do
now.
you have anything for Paimon?
Oh, hello there, kiddo. I'm sorry, but we don't have any masks in your size.
Huh? Surely you're not gonna let Paimon be the only one at the
Oh, no.
festival without a mask?
Paimon, don't worry. Wearing a mask is optional.
Paimon doesn't want to feel left out.
How about a tree leaf? That should be enough to cover up that little face of yours.
What? No way!
Oh, okay then. In that case, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do right now. But don't you worry, kiddo. I'll have a mini mask made specially for you when I get back.
I cannot thank you enough.
Aw, it's nothing. But I won't hold you up any longer. You should go and enjoy the festival while everything's still lit up.
All right. Traveler, shall we?
Sure.
Oh, wait. Just one thing. I need to explain myself. I got a little nervous back there and I just made up any old excuse. But don't think of this as me taking you sightseeing, please. I brought you here because I genuinely wanted to spend time with you. Okay, great.
I'll let the ad finish before I do the next part. That timing was literally perfect. Stay here. I'm dissociating, so I'm gonna try to keep going. But we'll see if I stop being able to actually follow what's happening or not. So slowly. Oh, I could have done that during the ad. I assumed it was gonna
Traveler,
start
look!
automatically.
This stall's doing fortune slips.
Miss Kamisato, hello there. You're out with friends today? Oh, what a rare privilege. Welcome, welcome. Would you like to give it a go?
Okay. How much is it per draw?
I wouldn't expect you to know this, but the Yashiro Commission was very good to my uncle on my father's side at one point in time. Thinking about it, it was when your father was around. I think he dealt with it personally. So you see, how could I possibly take your money?
What? Are you sure?
Of course! If you like what you see, then please, be my guest. Same goes for your two friends here.
Traveler? Paimon? What do you think?
It seems like everyone wants to do something nice for Ayaka. So, if they insist, who are we to resist?
Yeah, I can see how she would feel bad about it though, especially if she's very wealthy compared to them, just because of the family she was born into. But all of them feel like, especially if they feel like they have to do that for some reason, and how could she know whether or not that's the case? But it's also not really her place to make them not do things that they're offering, or try to like assume what their intentions are and stuff, I guess. So yeah, because she definitely didn't ask for that.
Well, if that's how you feel, then okay. We'll take you up on your kind offer, sir. Let's each do a draw.
Alrighty then, whenever you're ready. Draw a slip and reveal your fortune. Open it up and see how you fare.
Whoa!
Which one did you get? Paimon got Rising Fortune.
No way! We got the same one! Traveler, what did you get? Wow, you're so lucky!
Ah, congratulations are in order. Here's what great fortune among people means. As the golden koi fish shines amidst the turquoise waves, your name shall be illustrious, and the wealthy and powerful will surge to your aid. In other words, your good luck isn't about to run out anytime soon.
What
Since
a
that's
great
nice for
sign!
planes.
Good things lie ahead!
Congratulations!
You all have very fine fortunes lined up. With this kind of luck, you'll certainly be able to achieve anything that you wish.
Well said! Here's hoping that our good luck will never run out!
I'm coming. The fact that she stops and waits for me to follow her makes it even more annoying.
This food stall sells all kinds of Inazuman specialties. Anything you want to eat, it's my treat.
Wow!
If they let you pay, that is.
So good! Is it okay if Paimon has one of everything?
Of course it is.
But we don't want anything to go to waste. Let's try them one at a time. Ooh, Ayaka, Paimon wants those dango.
Sure.
Those look good too. Ooh, but so do the egg rolls. Paimon will try an egg roll too, please.
All right then. I
You
too
can
shall have
wear
a
the
sakura
masks on
mochi.
the side of their head like that.
All right, coming right up.
This sakura mochi is just delicious.
Not bad, huh? It's one of our best sellers.
Oh, please, sir. Paimon would like some more.
I don't know if it's rude of me to ask, but how is this kind of snack actually made?
You want to try your hand at making it yourself? No problem. Just give me a second and I'll write out the recipe for you.
Ooh, a new recipe?
Are you sure about this? If you share the recipe, isn't that tantamount to giving away your trade secrets or something?
Well, it was you who gave Kiminami Restaurant that recipe for an overseas dish, wasn't it? She and I are good friends. We trade culinary tips all the time. Here you go. Just treat it as me returning a favor on behalf of my friend.
Thank you so much. I will study it very carefully and try my best to do it justice.
You there. You want the recipe too? Go on.
Yes,
I can
please.
see that you enjoyed it. There's no greater feeling than creating delicious food with your own two hands. You should definitely give it a try.
I will. Once I've learned how to make it, will you two be my taste testers?
I'm sure Paimon
Oh,
will.
definitely.
Mhm.
Can't wait.
All right. I'll do my best.
Well, we may have arrived near the end of the festival, but it's still been super fun. Paimon approves.
Yes, I agree. To spend the festival together with you today has been a truly wonderful experience. This stall sells prayer plaques. It's an Inazuman tradition. You draw your wish onto a pentagonal piece of wood called a prayer plaque, and pray that it will come true.
Sounds similar to the way people in Liyue release lanterns during Lantern Rite. Those are used for making wishes too.
Welcome. Looking for prayer plaques? Every wish is sacred, and you've still got time to make yours before the festival ends.
Looks fun! Shall we give it a try? Oh, wait, there's writing and drawing involved? Ugh, count Paimon out then. Paimon's head's feeling kind of fuzzy after eating so much just now. Not the best time for an intense burst of mental activity.
2 prayer plaques, please, sir.
2 prayer plaques for the young lady. There you go.
Traveler, have you decided on your wish?
I have, apparently.
Yes.
You can either draw a picture to represent your wish or write it out in words. Either way, once you've committed your wish onto your plaque, please hang it onto the prayer rack.
Wait, so they'll be on public display? Alright, well, let's see what you got.
That will do for mine. May I see yours?
Yeah, I want to see.
This is
Yeah.
you and your brother, isn't it? It's lovely.
You'll be back together one day. Paimon believes it, and you should too.
I believe it too. Your wish will surely come true. And I will keep you in my prayers.
Ayaka, what did you draw? Is that Tenchukaku?
That's right. I wish for peace and happiness for everyone in Inazuma, and good health for my family and friends. I do hope that wish can come true. Thank you. That gives me hope. I think that might be all we have time for today.
Aw, it's time to leave already?
I'm afraid so. The festival is coming to a close. Time flies when you're having fun. It seems to flow away from you like a rushing river, as precious and short-lived as a cherry blossom dancing in the wind. It's time to leave. Traveler.
At least it
Today was the
teleported me there.
first time in my life that I've ever been to a festival. You've known me for some time now. I think you understand my personality, don't you? Knowing me, I just know that today could not have been such a happy day without you.
Guess that makes up for your slow walking then.
So thank you. Today really meant a lot to me. And the memories will always have a special place in my heart. Festivals are great. There aren't many rules. Everyone has that smile that comes from deep inside. And it's just so carefree and happy. If I ever get the chance, I want to go again.
I would apparently
You
like
too?
to go again too.
Great. You know, we're kind of similar, with both of us having a brother.
Sure.
Sometimes, I feel like I can relate to the determination you must have to get your brother back. I understand. Family bonds are inseparable. No one can break them. They are the most important roots we have in this world. You will find him. Come what may, you must never give up. I will always be here for you as your... as your friend. I will always support you.
What did you almost say instead of friend?
As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
He's gotta learn to be a little bit more selfish, I think.
Oh, Traveler.
Huh?
There's something that I'd like to do. If you could spare me yet another moment. Please, keep your eyes on me. What do you think of my dance? Did you like it?
It was so pretty. Beautiful, elegant, and something else Paimon can't put into words. Paimon doesn't really know what it was, but it is art.
I'm not very good at this kind of dance. So, as long as I didn't embarrass myself, that's all that matters. I just had a sudden urge, and I ran with it. In a way, that sort of sums up today for me. Dancing like nobody's watching. That goes for you, too. When I'm with you, time seems to slow down and speed up at the same time.
I don't feel like she's falling in love with me.
It looks like this is goodbye for today. I can see myself the rest of the way back.
Okay, good night.
Good night, Traveler.
So that unlocked co-op. Let's see. This only says one now, yeah. So that's one of the prerequisite quests done. Let's see if we can level you up a bit more with that. And I don't know that I would want to start a whole nother one necessarily. Alright, okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's what you wanted. And I'm still associating some too. So I might just wrap it up here. And then Sunday's stream, fingers crossed, would be the next time we do Genshin, unless we do an extra one on one of those streams on the schedule that can be a replacement or an extra stream. Yeah. So we'll see how the week goes. I think we have a Patreon thing tonight still. And we're gonna try to get a video ready for Monday, so we'll see how that goes too. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with us. And watching us make some more quest progress and stuff. I guess I could check if that gave me enough primogems for this. That was one way. Nope. Alright. Can probably do 10 wishes next time. I think there's a decent chance of that. Especially if I still play some of like doing some of the random grinding type stuff offline in the meantime. We'll see if we end up getting really lucky and getting another 5-star so soon after we just got Override and Shogun. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I will go try to find someone to raid, and those of you who we will see later for the Patreon thing, we'll see you then. Otherwise, stream Path on Saturday and maybe an extra stream tomorrow or Friday. We'll see. But that is the plan. Bye!